Hey, what's going on, guys? Jonathan, 3703 here with your April 2025 Course of Fire. April is the last Course of Fire in the 2025 season, and man, what a season we've had. I've been looking at the leaderboards, the 22 live show, as well as the local club leaderboard I have. There's been a tremendous explosion of growth in the year 2025. So on behalf of me as a shooter and a fellow competitor, and I'm pretty sure the match directors in the league would agree, thank you for participating in NRL22 in this season. And hopefully we'll see you in season 26. Bringing into season 2026, I believe the match directors for finals have been announced. And from what I gather, the nationals would be held somewhere around Tennessee, about 2 hours. So I'm really excited for that. I wasn't able to take the trip from South Carolina all the way up to Washington, so I went ahead and declined the invite. I know the MDs in the league has put forth a tremendous amount of effort trying to make that one of the best matches that has ever been. So I'm really excited to go to the 2026 season. And for that season, I am starting my own club. I'm at Savannah River Rifle and Pistol Club. We'll be starting an NRL22 monthly chapter here, kicking us off in May. And one of the cool things about that is November, when the time changes, it starts to get dark earlier. I think I'm going to run a monthly night match there. So we're probably going to run one in November. And depending on the turnout, we might shoot for another one in January or February. That's going to be really cool. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to get in some stages, and we'll see you out there at the match.
Getting started for the final Course of Fire. Is this paradise? No rimfire. It's an NRL22 match. So our two props right here are the barrel and the bucket. You get to choose which one you want to double up on. Myself, I hate those low positions, so I'm going barrel on this one. And the three strings of fire are actually pretty simple. You're stepping it in, and you're stepping it out on the second prop as I transition down. And then we're going to step it back in one more time. So just as long as you remember which direction you're going, you're good to go. I really like holds. If I'm going to reach up and twist a knob, it's going to be a parallax knob. And I feel like I'm very, very, very good at deciding and deciphering what I need to see in my reticle in order to make the hits that I'm going after. So pretty standard stuff. 3 strings of 4. 12-round mags required. It's kind of a breath of fresh air from the last month's Course of Fire where we had 58 impacts. I like shooting, but I kind of felt like that was a little unfair to those guys who can only run 10-round magazines just because they don't have anything or for legal reasons, whatnot. So anyway, this is a pretty simple Course of Fire. Pretty simple stage, rather. And we'll move on to the next one. Nice, easy, clean. Our next stage is the time stage. We have the KYL rack at 42 yards and a 1.5 inch at 70 yards. We're basically going to blast it 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for the 70. And then we're going to pop up to the chair and do the same thing. So if you're very confident with how your rifle functions, burning these down on a prone should be no problem. For my bipod up, I'm running an Armageddon Gear OG in heavy fill. It's a super heavy bag. After a while, you get used to it. It works very, very, very well for me. Steady up in those positions. Very confident in how my hits are going. Continue to send them. And I should have parallaxed out for this last one. Barely nicked it for a 60.51. Nice, easy, clean. Next stage, moving is good for the heart. We're on the NRL22 Pyramid. I love the NRL22 Pyramid. One of my favorite props. Unfortunately, I missed the very first shot. We're at 72 yards with a 1.5 inch and 95 yards with a 2.5 incher. Pretty standard stuff. You're zigzagging across the pyramid. Since I'm tall, I like that very top rung. I don't know how to go to many one time for this position. Pretty standard stuff. I hate that I missed that one, but I'll take an 11. Excuse me, a 10, a 9, rather. Excuse me, a 9. This is a 9-shot stay in Course of Fire. So. Position 4 for 2 impacts. Coming down to the last final position for impacts. 9 and 10. Excuse me, 9 and 10. This is a 10-round stage. Just using holds. Pretty easy stuff. Saddle up. Time to tame the Sawhorse. It's another one of my favorite props. It can be kind of polarizing because if you have some real cheap ones like this, they're incredibly flimsy, very bouncy, but if you have a solid wooden one, it can be nice and solid and to build a great position for it. On this one, we have a kind of mind-gamey Course of Fire a little bit. We have a bank of targets, 1.5 inch and 2 inch at 69 yards, and a 2.5er at 92 yards. So we're stepping it out for the first string. Actually, you know what? You guys can just take a look at this and watch this now. Use the Sage subscription. It took me a little bit of time to kind of figure out what was going on this one, and I think I timed out on this stage. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was this stage. Yeah. Prone. The 3 shots we got to make here, super easy. I could have went with a secondary rear bag in the match. I'll probably will actually do this. For this, I felt steady enough with everything I had right there. Even with that little bounce you see in the reticle, still able to make those impacts. Now, one of the things I'm kind of struggling with right here is for these videos, I'm running the trigger cam, which does 2 things. It obscures my red dot that I have up top for target location, and it also inhibits my ability to run the Brent-built ocular housing. So those are kind of 2 of the bread and butter procedures that I kind of do in my head when I'm running my program. Kind of messes up a little bit, but it's nice to sit there and do it for the video. So after the clock, nope. 10 out of 12. Meh. Rounding the tank trap, heading home. We gotta love a tank trap stage on here. This time we get to shoot the knuckle. We have a 2 inch at 77 yards and a 3 inch at 100. And we're basically gonna be shooting near to far on all strings except the small one. Start in the knuckle, go tip, 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 and finish in the knuckle. Pretty standard stuff. When you're in the knuckle for the very first time, take the time to figure out where you want to hold, what your wind call is. Just take an extra moment. And you can see I'm kind of struggling right here. This was a self-inflicted kind of deal. I'm running the Stinger L3i magazines. They're much taller than the standard Voodoo magazines. And the mag block or barricade stop doesn't quite cover it. I just have to back off the bag a little bit here. My matrix, I got some work to do with it, but it doesn't necessarily have the problem because it's weighted much more forward, so I can kind of slide back a little bit. When I had that jam, I felt like I was running out of time immensely, so I'm kind of rushing these positions right here, trying to get back on the track. Turns out that I actually had plenty of time, but still, we want to sit there and manage our time the best we can. Anyway, those 2 shots will wrap up the Course of Fire, and we'll see if we can do better than dropping 3 when it comes to the local matches we have around. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.